It is written, if I am not mistaken, honor God in the days of thy youth. But sometimes I wonder if the days of our youth really honors God, or it just stops at being tush. Sincerely, I wouldn't lie, the days of our youth is so much fun. I mean, come on, it can't possibly compare it to the 1920s when they could only tell the time by staring at the blinding sun. You know, sometimes I wonder how they survived. I wonder how they were ever in their comfort zones when their viewing was limited because they had a general eye defect that was caused by lack of iPhones, and even worse, how they didn't have the spectacles to correct this defect and make them see their world with something we now call Google. The guys didn't have the gadgets to ensure they could walk in and ask a girl out without the girl asking them out. The ladies didn't have the makeup to improve their natural assets so they could give the guys something to talk about. You see, I thought about it and I realized that the days of our youth have a lot. You see, that's the very problem. We have a lot of everything we've got. We have a lot of everything that we carry, including the good, the bad, and the deadly. Now, let's see. The days of my youth might be in that new age where technology has gotten to the stage of locking the spirit of boredom away in a cage. But if this new age was a book, the devil would have the pen and would have written boldly with the ink of sin on every page. Because the days of my youth is the time when ladies are no longer comfortable with just rubbing Mary Kay. They now smoke SK and gushing many rounds of bullets like an AK. It's a time when guys are willing to sell themselves out just so them could get level, become so bad that even the devil would call them the devil. It's a time when we can no longer comfortably say the words cock and pussy because they are no longer just names of animals. It's a time when youths have sex with anyone who comes their way, force them into it, make them want it like they're nothing but wild animals. It's a time when boys creating their imagination, graphical content, make use of their hands and become self-employed. It's a time when the private part of some ladies have become playgrounds because it is now being invaded by toys. It's a time when Trisha weds Felicia and Peter weds Chuka, even though they know very well that they won't be privileged to give birth to even a sickler. It's a time when rich kids show off with their father's car keys because they've had a share of the national cake they or their fathers never baked. Is a time when the thought of no subscription is even more disturbing and scarier than the message of revelation. It's a time when the ultimate mission of a guy in school is to become a cool guy and get a hot girl, or maybe many hot girls who would become hotter when they start burning in hell. It's a time when you can buy a lady's attention and care with a pack of Brazilian hair, even though it will only look good when it's still tightly attached with the stitches, to the action changes from swinging it back and forth to slapping away the itches. It's a time when ladies spend their offerings on nails and lashes and pay somebody to help them look like witches, you see. We now go to the church to have fun and end up in the club to get wild and still boldly place our hands on our chest and mutter the words, I am God's child. But tell me, what kind of father would be happy with a child who abuses his grace and spits on his face, too lazy to work for him, but automatically Usain Bolt when running the devil's race? But the thing is, no matter what we do, his arms are never tired of being wide opened, eagerly and constantly waiting for us to come back home with our heart opened. And like Alex Osagie would say, no matter how far you've gone with your mess, abuse and hurt, grace, like GPS, will find you.
For more poetic content, follow us on Twitter at 663 Academy, or you can follow us on Instagram at _663 Academy, or visit www.hawkshare/663 Academy.